Hey everyone, my name is Steven Diaz and I'm a voice actor, and today I'll be reacting to CDawgVA's recent video where he teaches another YouTuber how to voice act. Now, I follow Connor on his main channel and the Trash Taste podcast, so I am well aware that reactions...
Yeah. For me, it's just like the lowest form of content, isn't it?
And that's why I put reactions in quotes. Think of this more as an expansion video. Now I'm going to start off right away here with Connor did a good job with explaining the basics. But... No, I'm kidding. He did a great job. But Connor's main focus is humor, it's comedy, so he doesn't have time to stop and explain. So if you watch that video and you're interested in learning more about voice acting, stick around while I over-explain and just completely kill the entire mood. So who am I to question a man with 1 million subs and VA right in his name? Like I said, I'm a voice actor. I'm based here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and while I have the booth and the mic and hours of coaching, make no mistake, I am completely aware I am a trained novice at best. This craft can take years to master. If you're interested in learning how to be a voice actor and want professional training, I will strongly recommend you check out the Voice Actor Studio, also located here in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where I've done my training from, and they have just amazing coaches. They bring in guest coaches from every part of the industry. Everything now is all of 2020 has been on Zoom, and it's amazing. It's the most fun I've ever had, and you can see where it's landed me. That said, other than being a student, I am in no way affiliated with the Voice Actor Studio. They're not paying me. They have no idea I'm making these videos. If you're currently a student or a coach there, hi. You've reached the end of the internet if you found one of my videos. Also, welcome! Now, all that out of the way, thank you for being here. Let's get started.
Hey, let's go. I'm ready. Got the mic and everything.
What microphone are you using today?
Yeti Nano.
So, first off, what was that look for? Yeti Nano. If you're interested in voice acting, you're going to hear two opinions. One, that the Yeti Nano is a great mic to start off with, or two, that the Yeti Nano, any Yeti product, is a terrible mic to start off with. So what's wrong with the Yeti? Nothing. To a point. See, a Yeti and any USB microphone contains your microphone and your interface. An interface is another small box, a separate piece of equipment, and combines them into one. USB microphones are built to meet a price point, and in that price point they're going to take shortcuts. So you have microphone companies and you have interface companies. Where are you going, McCoy? You have microphone companies and you have interface companies, and there's going to be a shortcut taken in building one of these products. So there's nothing wrong with them per se, but you're going to want to start upgrading slowly, building up the pieces. Get a microphone that's a dedicated microphone, getting an interface that's a dedicated interface. And you don't need to go expensive on these just yet when you're starting out, but you're going to want to build that signal chain so that you can take parts out, put parts in, and you'll be a lot more flexible.
In this video, I'll attempt to teach TwoMad how to be a successful voice actor, starting out with the basics from breathing to mouth exercises, then onward to practicing some scripts with me, and then finally coaching TwoMad through some auditions. So let's see if I can turn someone who is a complete noob to voice acting into somebody somewhat competent. Although I'm doubtful.
First of all, in voice acting...
So, it says in his description that voice acting is hard. There's two words to voice acting: voice and then acting. Acting is hard. The voice part is actually pretty simple once you know what you're doing, and it doesn't take that long to get the voice part down and have that much more mastered. It's much harder to master the acting part of it, which is 99% of voice acting. It really should just be like this tiny subscript voice acting.
There are a few important things that you need to do before you can do it. Have you ever thought about your breathing, TwoMad?
That should usually just be automatic. I don't know. Should I think about it?
All right, when you breathe, what do? Like, you just chilling, yeah.
See, I'm thinking about it. That's why I'm doing it so long. Usually it's faster.
You can breathe through, like, the bottom of your stomach, right? Like, the diaphragm. You can, like...
Your belly button?
Yes, Your belly button, diaphragm breathing. So what that is your diaphragm is a large muscle right here. See, your lungs don't actually inflate. They're just sacs. There's actually a separate muscle that works as a bellows to pull your lungs down to fill them, and it squeezes back up to release them. Naturally, when we're born, you'll see this in babies and small children, is when they breathe, look at their stomachs. Their stomachs go out and in. As we grow to be adults, we get more self-conscious about this movement because, we got a gut. And 2020 has not been kind to a lot of us, including me, especially me. So doing this, it feels unflattering, breathing out and your gut pushes out and breathing back in. But that is the proper way to breathe instead of going through your chest. That's what means by like breathing in your chest, is that you're trying to keep your gut sucked in. And you can't take as large a breath as if you were down here and you just punch that gut out to fill up your lungs completely. So a lot of your power, a lot of everything that's going to be involved is going to be involved in breathing from your diaphragm. So starting up, warming out, just practice breathing. Just push that gut out as much as you can. More ridiculous you look, the better your breathing actually is.
Do you ever do like mouth exercises before you do anything?
Yeah, like smiling.
Okay, there's like a way that you can stretch your mouth out to be, I guess, more flexible. If you want a deeper voice, what's his name? Morgan Freeman? That's his name, right?
Yeah, that's my dad.
He yawns a bunch to get his voice like deeper and more relaxed. So you can just force yawns if you want to get like a deeper voice. That's a yawn. You're like, you feel like your throat, you feel it like relax.
So warming up is going to be an excellent part. They kind of briefly touched on like mouth stretching, just going like, stretching your jaw out, getting your lips warmed up to, get through those tongue twisters. I've seen some people even like just take their tongues and just go, just whatever it needs to be. You also want to warm up your voice. Couple different techniques to do this. You can just go like that grudge voice, and what that's doing is just taking your vocal cords and fluttering them, and you want to do it lightly. Don't force it. Never force anything, especially in warm-ups. Check the link below. It's a video produced by SAG-AFTRA called A Whisper to a Scream, Vocal Health and Strain Prevention in Voice Acting. It's 30 minutes. It's a panel of professional voice actors, and they walk you through what they do for warm-ups, because it is super critical, not only for just getting a good performance out, but protecting your voice, because especially in character voices, those large screaming voices, the Joe, you want to support all those voices through your diaphragm, because if you do it up here in your throat, one is your voice is gonna go out much quicker, and two, you can do permanent damage to your voice. There's a thing called vocal nodules, and that happens when you talk a lot, you yell a lot, and eventually it's these growths, it's these protrusions, scar tissue that build up on your vocal cords. And what happens is your vocal cords are not able to close anymore, so eventually you get a rasp because your vocal cords literally cannot talk anymore. It sounds like Gerald from Hey Arnold when his tonsils got out and they secretly changed the voice actor. Not that we're still bitter about that. So warm-ups. Number one, warm up first, and at the end, cool down. Cool down is just as important as the warm-up. And if you need be, when you do a session and it's a lot of screaming, just don't talk. Don't talk the rest of the day, because that's the only way that your voice will heal if you go and injure it, is to not talk. A famous example of this, I'll find it. I'll post the interview down below if I can find it, was Justin Roiland. He's Rick. He's Morty. Famous voice actor now, but starting off, he started as an animator, and in an interview, he talks about when he came in to do Adventure Time, he was going to do a throwaway character called Lemon Grab, and I'll post up the clip here because I can't even attempt to do that voice because it's just pure shrill screaming.
I am not Grease!
What ended up happening is this happens a lot with characters. You could come in to do a throwaway voice. That character became popular, and then he was asked to be brought back, and then he had to do a whole episode of that voice. And he talks about he completely destroyed his voice. Doctor said, do not talk, and he couldn't talk for like a month. He's trying to produce Rick and Morty, writing things out on a talking type to let his voice heal, else he could do permanent damage. So yeah, this is not something to gloss over in like 30 seconds. Talk about mouth stretches. There's a whole vocal warm-up deal.
The way to like really warm up the mouth is pretend you're sucking on a straw for like 5 seconds that isn't there. So like works those muscles, you know?
I have dry lips usually. Is that going to affect this video?
You ever hear those mouth clicks in your audio? Like those?
Yeah.
Yeah, those suck. I hate those.
Mouth clicks are, like I said, it's a lack of lubrication in your mouth. And watch this, YouTube is gonna like shadow ban this because I'm saying lubrication like that's something naughty. Water, hydrate. Hydration is not something you do right beforehand. It's a lifestyle. You have to stay hydrated. If you're gonna do a recording session, teas, you want to avoid sugars, you want to avoid like grease, salt, milk. Avoid that because that's gonna build up phlegm inside your throat. Things that you can do: hydrate, eat something sour, and this has sugar in it, but like a sour candy, if just something needed, something to build up those salivatory glands to get rid of those clicks. Another thing too that a lot of voice actors will use is green apples. They're a healthy alternative. They're very tart. They are natural. They still have sugars, but it's natural sugar, so it's less bad for you. Just be careful that you don't eat a lot of it, because if you eat so many apples, it's not gonna be good. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
You can get rid of those by like sipping on water while you're recording, or you can just pay for expensive
I got banana
programs.
mango juice.
That expensive software is called RX Elements, or RX Isotope, I'm sorry. Elements is a little one. You can find sales on it for $30. The one that you need for just as a voice actor probably goes up to, I think, about $200. And then there's $1,000 that's like full audio restoration. Yeah, you don't need that one as a voice actor if you follow good technique, so you don't have to fix things later in post.
Banana mango juice? I think mango juice is pretty bad. Maybe actually.
Sugar.
No, banana might be bad.
What?
That is a pound of sugar.
I
That's
already
bad.
took a drink. Well, there's nothing we can do.
No, what people mostly do to judge, I guess, their ability is do a whisper line, a talking line, a loud line, a yelling line, and a scream. And the loud, yell, and scream are all different. Whisper line is as you expect it, man. Just don't get too close to the microphone, because if you get too close, it'll sound like fake deep, and we don't want that. You know, you're kind of.
What that fake deep that he's talking about is, it's called the proximity effect. And you can actually tune it out of the microphone using software bits that beyond the scope of this video, but what that is, it's literally the closer you get to a microphone, your voice will physically change down. And I'm watching to check my gain, and that's why I've also like lowered my voice, but you can probably hear it as I move away from here and trying to speak at the same level, my voice will sound less bassy, and that's called the proximity effect. For whisper lines, I'll let him finish up, but I got a word on whisper line next.
Like sad. A little close.
My name is Jeff. My name, bruh.
That right there, that whisper tone, kind of think back to any cartoon that you hear. They're not really whispering, they're talking really quietly and implying that it's a whisper, but it's full enunciation and none of that breathy ASMR.
I'm gonna give you the scene, right? You're at the dinner table, right? Your parents, you know, you kind of hate school, and you're whispering to yourself because you don't really want to talk to them. So the whisper line is there. I sent it to you. I don't know if you can see it.
I hate geometry class, man. Where's that line? Should we put like some geometry?
Well, you could do it. Just whisper it. Whisper, I hate geometry class. But I want emotion in there too, man.
Man, I fucking hate geometry class. Let me try that. Man, I fucking hate geometry class.
This is the problem, right, Mad?
He's on the right
You're
track.
getting embarrassed because you don't want to do it. You got to commit to it,
okay.
Mad.
I got it.
Yes, in any kind of acting, even voice acting, where you feel like you're alone in the booth, you're not. In a professional setting too, you're in the booth and you have a giant pane of glass, and there's God knows how many people are going to be on the other side of that glass. You're going to have at least the audio engineer, the casting director, the client, the audio engineer assistant, the casting director's assistant, the client's assistant, the next vocal talent that's supposed to come in, a tour group. You're not going to be alone in a booth, and you're going to be a glass and you're going to be a caged animal, and with all these eyes watching on you. And kind of the worst part about it is that unless they press the little button on the intercom to talk to you, you can't hear a thing that you're saying. So they're going to be sitting there like, and they're going to be arguing over pineapple goes on pizza or some other such bullshit. So you can't be embarrassed. That's got to be the first thing that's got to go.
So there's 3 layers, right? Where screaming is like full on lungs being completely depleted. Loud is kind of like raising your voice, like, TwoMad, don't do that. Like yelling is like, I'm done with this. And then screaming is like, Rah! Like that. Let's do.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. A lot of times, like, loud is just that step up. Kind of think of it as a distance. I'm talking to you, this camera, and you're about a yard away from me, conversation distance. Now talk to someone that's across the street. You're not yelling, but your voice is raised up, louder. So that's your loud voice. Your drill sergeant. If you've ever been in the military, you know the drill sergeant voice. That's not yelling yet. That's just loud. That's and yelling, you're still understandable. You're still enunciating, but it's very forceful. Screaming is when there's no enunciation left. You're pushing everything out, all that air out. The problem with recording screaming is that sound is a wave, it's pressure, you can physically hear it. Like, even when Connor did that scream, I'm sure he has an audio processing, but you can kind of hear it, like his mouth stopped moving, but the sound kept going. It's almost like the scream was ringing, and it's bouncing off the wall, the ceiling, the window, back to the wall, till the sweat, no, copyright, but it's bouncing everywhere around and going right back into the mic.
Imagine it, you're trying to get like an emotion across this time instead of just loudness. Because there's a lot of things that you'll see that a lot of beginners do where they just scream and like it doesn't have any intensity to it. It's just noise. Like you need to put that like you need to put emotion into it.
Well, let me get water.
Hydrate.
I'm getting in character. I put a little bit of water on my face.
Yeah, man, you can. Okay.
A little emotional.
Yeah, but whatever helps you channel that emotion.
Mom, kick me out of the Xbox party, man.
Yeah, so it's like Big A acting. There's a fun photo. I'll see if I can find it, and we'll put it right here. It's Pedro Pascal voicing for the Mandalorian, and he's literally holding a pillow because he's holding Baby Yoda. Your actions translate to your voice. So if you're crying, actually cry. Rub some water in there, and you scrunch up your face, and crying voice is gonna follow. Your voice follows your body, so good instincts. That's perfect.
Is that good?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Hey! All right, this is the last one, and this is the one where you might get in trouble. You're a fucking Spartan, right? You're about to fucking kill. You are leading your men. This is the kind of scream that you gotta give.
He's gonna be pissed.
Are you dreading doing it because of your landlord?
I got this. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Right, here's what I do to help a lot, right? Do you have like a blanket around you? No, grab the blanket and put it over you and the microphone.
I can't see the computer, but hopefully this is good.
So I can't see you, so I need to hear the emotion. You're a voice actor now. Lead me to battle.
This is Sparta!
Yo, yes! Yes!
All right, you see how dumb that looked? If it works, it's not dumb. A blanket is common acoustic treatment. So real quick, there's a whole another video about this that we could do, but soundproof and sound treatment are two separate things. Whenever anybody gets that foam, this looks like acoustic treatment, but it's not. This room is basically untreated. There's acoustic treatment, and that is to get rid of that reverb. You can probably hear it in my voice. You can hear it in TwoMad's voice of that echo sound. That's what we want to get rid of with acoustic treatment. So with that blanket, he was probably still going full force yell, but notice where he put that microphone. That microphone was on the outside of the blanket. And because he's yelling so forcefully, there probably was like some muffling sound because of the blanket there. But what is happening is the voice waves, the sound waves are traveling through that blanket and they're slowing down. So now they got to bounce. They got that energy taken out. They're just going bouncing all around the room, and they're coming back, and they have to go back through that blanket, that mass, to get to the microphone, which he had wrapped around it again. It's effective, but it's uncomfortable. It's gonna get hot. You just have to make it work, and that's what you pay for when you get in a professional booth. I say that inside my other video, walking through our studio bricks, is that I paid for convenience in having a space that, one, is treated, and two, will block some sound out, but it's not soundproof. Let me show you this video. It's having a professional vocal booth in your home in 2020.
He's gonna kill me, bro. He's gonna kill me, bro. Alright, we need to give me like a solid 30 seconds to make sure that nothing goes down. I'm listening for footsteps right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have roommates that love you, or very understanding parents, especially if you want to do video games, voice, cartoons, anything like that, where you're just gonna send it. You're gonna send it full force. Hydrate.
I've got you 2 scripts to practice with. I've got a script from the Joker, if you want to be the Joker. Imagine it, right? So try and sell me on it. You're unhinged. You're a little crazy. But it's really important to not blow your load like halfway through this. Don't get too intense halfway through. You need to save it for the last line. So you need to build it up all the way through.
Acting.
All right. I'll do my best. Okay. All right. What does a lot of Joker do?
Yes, I find it funny that Connor just told him, hey, get rid of the mouth clicks like this. This is gonna happen. And I just went through and told like Hydrate, do all this to get rid of mouth clicks. And then he hands him a script for the Joker where part of the character is those. Yeah, wanna know how I got these scars? And it's just all just gnashing. Ugh. Way to set your student up for failure, Connor. Getting. Doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Okay, there's a lot of lines here, so you can just... If you want to do all of it, you can do all of it. Just go for it. Give it a shot.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan, Harvey? I don't have a plan. Mob has a plan. The cops have a plan. You know what I am, Harvey? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. I just do things. I am the wrench in the gears. I hate plans. Yours, theirs, everyone's. Maroney has a plan. Gordon has a plan. Schemers trying to control the worlds. I am not a schemer. Am I saying that right? Schemer?
No, he did a good job. He tried to do some bit of a voice, but it stayed within like a range. That's good enough. Works. Do you notice how important the music was? That's the Minecraft theme, just the open world theme, and how just like it's calm, sedate. But that scene, we're talking about intensity. He's staring down Harvey Dent in the face, and there's this tension buildup, and it's like, I'm a dog chasing cars. You know, that kind of, we've all seen the scene. We all know the line. I keep scratching my nose because I gotta sneeze. Ugh. So I just wanted to make that point, like how music makes the scene.
Scammer? Scammer.
It's a schema. You seen Transformers, right?
Nope.
You're
Pro tip, look up words before you submit an audition. Especially if like brand names. It sucks when you got like, pharmacy companies are the worst. You're just making up letters. You're making up vowels at that point.
Optimus Prime right now. And now normally Optimus Prime sounds kind of like a dad. He's like,
With the Allspark gone, we cannot return to life to our planet, blah, blah, blah.
like that, right? But I want you to try and say this.
So what is, I apologize for, there's a lot to cover here. What he's doing here is he's measuring the point of where the resonance is in his throat. which works a lot if for moving your larynx. Now, moving your larynx is not really something you want to do for a sustainable voice. Like, you can get down here, but I'm stuck down here. How am I to emote from this point? For finding a natural voice, a sustainable voice, you don't want to find it here in your throat. You want to find it wherever that is in your chest, and that's going to bring out the resonance in your voice. This is what we talked about with what he talked about with the Morgan Freeman voice, was that you're taking deep breaths in, and it's almost like a yawn. You can feel in a yawn your upper palate reaching up, and you can feel the resonance in your chest when you do this, versus like down here where you're bringing your voice down here in it's a more unnatural sounding way. And maybe that's your character, maybe you can sustain it, but you got to be able to sustain it for up to 4 hours, more if you're not working union.
Imagine it, right? You've seen these ads a million times. It's like, with the Allspark gone, brand new 2-for-1 combo.
Bro, I can't do what the
That's
doing,
the natural
man.
voice. I'm not
You're
going
too
to pause
good
it for
at this.
that.
You're
This
like,
is called
dude,
the
just
natural
do the
voice.
cartwheel. Do the cartwheel.
Okay,
Guys.
so I've seen you do voices, so I know you can do this. I know you've got this in you, man. You're f***ing good at this. All you gotta do, it's like unlocking your f***ing third eye. Your throat,
Hell
move
yeah,
it up
this is
a
what a
little
good
bit,
coach
and then
does.
give me a fat
Bro,
smile.
move my throat. This
Yeah.
guy, man.
No, you got it, you got it, you got it.
Real talk, if you ever have a coach that's insulting you, leave. Don't waste your time. You want someone that can give you feedback, yes, but if they're just insulting you, find a coach that will build you up, that can give you something that you can work on without tearing you down, because those people are soul-sucking.
I need you to make an account real quick on this website. This is basically a voice acting website where you can audition for projects, and it's very amateurish. So most things on here are like Minecraft parodies.
Real quick, Casting Call Club, Voice Acting Club, Voices.com, Voices123, Twitter. These are all valid ways to find work. The site that you want to avoid, and I know Connor has done a video on this, is Fiverr. Why would you pay someone a fair wage? How do you know what's a fair wage? Look at the SAG guide, look at your GVAA guide. These are all different things. I could expand upon another video, comment down below. But working on Fiverr before you know what you're worth is going to be very hard to climb back up to that point. That's where you have, in Connor's video, he had an experience where this professional production company went to Fiverr and they wanted him to do this national ad, this, I think international even, I don't remember the highlights of the story, for $300. On any rate guide, an ad that large would be multi-thousands of dollars. So be careful on these sites before you're ready. Consult with a coach. Find a coach that can help walk you through this so that you know what you're worth before you start charging money.
Yes, dude, Phantom Chica, where is my cupcake? She is evil and also funny. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Where is my cupcake?
You can't add lines, TwoMad. You gotta...
Okay. Couple things at this. This is going to happen everywhere. So for one, it is a casting director thing that they will not give you. They're not going to give you the full treatsy on this character because they want to see what you bring to the table. On the other hand, on very amateur projects, they kind of hide the weakness of the writing between that. So she is evil, but funny. And then the audition line is, "Where is my cupcake?" Well, you can... How do you want that? Especially like in an ageless character. It's like, "Where is my cupcake?" Or, "Where is my cupcake?" I don't know what the right answer is. I don't even think the director knows what the right answer is at this point. Another thing too, what he added there, where he added an end line. There's two things. There's a lead in and a lead out. And what those are supposed to do is to help you with the flow of your speech. It's very hard to go into a line like, "Where is my cupcake?" What's that actually like? What is my motivation? A lead in will help you build it up. You can do that to yourself, or you can include it on the audition. I don't know. I'm not your mother. There is no right answer. So with that, you could be, "Okay, where's my cupcake?" Is that they were looking forward? "Oh man, this has been a terrible day. Oh, this is the only thing that's been keeping me alive at this point, is knowing that cupcake is right there." Oh God. Oh God. Where is it? Where? Who did this? Where is my cupcake? God. You can sell that, and you can sell that at the end of it there. Let's get back to it.
You gotta say the line.
For real? Well, I can just cut it out of this.
You can.
Okay, let me try this one more time.
Alright, go
Be
get it.
more evil.
Second take.
Where is my cupcake?
Why you
I
keep
couldn't
saying
hold that in.
at the end? Alright, let me give it a shot.
Where's my cupcake?
You sound like Marge from Simpsons, bro.
Hold me.
I don't know how Marge Simpson has
see
done that
TwoMad.
voice for 30 years.
Oh shit, it's in? Okay.
That's
Cool.
Scroll down to the bottom. You can see the audio waves.
Modest dick.
Look
Is
at
that you?
Yeah, that's me. Look at the peaks on my mic.
That
to
shit's
get a new
like
cast to call
blocks.
me
Those
now.
are literally like Minecraft blocks.
Bro, you can make a fucking Minecraft building out of my audio waves.
Yeah, that's literally... Dude, you got like a tower going. That's like a really nice dirt house.
All right. So what happened there? Let me go back to that scene just so you can see the video of what's happening here. This is what it looks like when your audio is clipping. What that means is that you're sending a signal to the mic and it's going through and gets to your computer and it has nowhere to go. So it literally hits a wall and you just get that noise. Probably clipped it right there myself just doing that noise, but that's where that artifacting sound comes from, is clipping, and you want to avoid this. You're going to avoid that. The only way to do that is mic technique, vocal, like controlling that scream instead of going full force screaming. Maybe take it back to the loud voice, and so the character animation is going to look like he's yelling, but really you're not, and you're just kind of tricking because the eye sees yelling and then their ears are going to see yelling. But you also want to, you really need to send it. That's where you take control of wherever your gain is. Here I'm using OBS, so I'm literally dragging this slider down. You can hear me get quieter until I send it, and then I go back up to my normal voice, but now I'm fucking yelling. And I come back up here to my normal voice, and almost like it could sound the same, but the intensity, the acting behind it is different. So that's how you avoid that to look more like the one down below it, where it's kind of blocked by all the screens, but you can see just down here, it's within the squigglies, so all the signal is going through.
Who are you going for in this video?
Fun Time Freddy looks kind of cute.
I guess maybe like sound like a young male. Like yourself.
Okay.
Right now,
They're like
it is so dry
running
here.
to school, man. It's like, wait up, guys.
Wait up, guys.
Oh my god, that's actually so good. What the
Hell yeah, it is. That is what being in your wheelhouse means. Like Connor was trying to bring him down to like Connor's level, which is like just a naturally deep voice. Like I'm not gonna pretend to do an impression of Connor because I don't want to make it on the trash taste of making fun of British accents being an American. So we're gonna still avoid that noise. But it was perfect. It was right in his wheelhouse. So there's a thing in acting where your people tell you, oh, you need to be super versatile. Yes, but you need to be good at one thing. You need to be at least good at least one thing. So find whatever that one thing is and just be the best that you can be. Like, no, there I go, get copyright struck again. In this case, it's that high-pitched voice. I'm not good at it. And he nailed it. He nailed it first try. So, wheelhouse.
Ah, cute.
Yo, what the this is actually legit good. What the You're good.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I need to do some more like, what is this, 5 ageless male type
If that's
voices.
your thing, do that.
A little help in here, please.
Ugh.
That wasn't bad. I feel like you lost the voice at the end there. Do a retake it. We need to get it
want me to
perfect.
retake it?
Do a
Alright,
retake.
I'll
Come on,
retake
man.
it for you.
Commit to it.
A little help in here, please.
It's pretty good. I heard
There you
a
go.
Yep. The more natural you can get that voice, whatever that character voice is, then the quicker you'll be able to play it. Look up Rob Paulson whenever he does Yakka Warner, and listen to his speaking voice and hear him go to Yakka's voice, and it's like that. The minutest change, but it's obviously Yakko Warner, and then it's obviously Rob Paulson's voice, but they're so close together in that character tone and that range that it flows so naturally. He can stay in it forever. It's art. It's amazing.
Dude, I have a...
Yeah, you can get a pop filter at like $2. You just disconnected it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Oh.
Don't ever do that to the mic. Don't. If you're recording with an audio engineer, they will come into that room, take that mic, and beat you to death with it. Microphone is very sensitive, especially the more expensive that microphone is. Take this mic, for example. It has this metal grill plate in there. If I were to tap it, there's this little foil piece where the actual sound is vibrating. It's a whole thing. We could do a whole video on like what breaks down a mic. Comment down below, because I can't think of my own content. But never do that to the mic, because it can cause damage. It's also very fucking annoying when you have some guy sitting on headphones listening to this, and all of a sudden you're just like, brrr. That's all they hear. That's all. It. Tap your own ear, and that is what they're gonna be hearing. Don't do that. All right, so that was Connor teaching YouTuber how to voice act, and overall, he didn't do too bad. I get it's a comedy video, so you want to focus on the comedy. That's what I was here for, to over-explain everything else that was going on. But other than that, Connor did a good job. Did great. I would love to do a video like this again. You can help me out by hitting like, comment, and subscribe. And more importantly, go over to Connor's video. Go to that video, also linked down below. Like, comment, blow Connor's video up, so he'll want to do a second one, and I can just jump in and rip off that one too. Good night, everybody.